up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of Java or espresso. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Tina Valentina is the host, you see. She's as classy as she can be. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. I say rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Another cup of Java or espresso. Another cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Thursday, my favorite day of the week. So we're here at Paradise Studios with Strong Island Entertainment. The weather is hot as hell, so I'm sweating. And I'm sitting here with a wonderful gentleman. And his name is Michael McLaughlin. He's an Irishman. He's got a great story. He wrote a book. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you.
And today is a special day. It's National Girlfriend Day. So all you girls out there, say hi to your girlfriends. And it's National Respect Your Parents Day. So the children should be respecting the parents today as well. Do something nice. And we also have a very nice guest calling in from outside this area, out of Long Island. And her name is Kelly Cole, and she's from Italian Kitchen. Welcome, Kelly. Look at you and look at that kitchen.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming in, and you're going to be making something that is outrageous.
Yes.
I never heard of this. Have you ever heard, Mike, of a walnut pesto pizza?
I've heard of a lot of pizzas, but never that.
First, I don't think you make it on Long Island. So we're very excited about working with you. I understand that there's a special story behind your name of your kitchen.
There is. So Gia is named after my daughter, Giovanna, who is named after my great-grandfather, Giovanni.
Unbelievable. And she probably helps you a lot, correct?
She does, but she's a teenager, so sometimes she helps, sometimes she doesn't.
And your grandfather was from Tuscany?
Yes. Both of my
Yes.
grandparents were from the Tuscany region.
And did you actually go to Tuscany and cook there?
Yeah, actually, yeah. We've been there several times and taken cooking classes, done the cooking. It's the best place on earth.
This is unbelievable. So, Mike, what do you think? You want to start watching?
Sure.
You might get hungry.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're hungry, here's some M&Ms.
Oh, thank you.
We always have food on the show. So let's go. Tell us, how do you start?
Yeah, so we're gonna make a walnut pesto pizza today. I just kind of made that twist. Normally a pesto is made with pine nuts, but I did some walnuts. And then I thought, what would be, fun in the summer, whether, you're in your indoor oven or maybe you have one of those outdoor pizza ovens, to do the pesto on the pizza. And then I love goat cheese. So we're going to top that with some goat cheese.
I love goat cheese too. Do you like goat cheese?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. On the salad, goat cheese is good too, right?
Goat cheese is good on anything. I make a twisted caprese with goat cheese instead of mozzarella too.
Very
I
nice.
like goat cheese like everywhere.
And drizzle the vinegar right on it. Yes.
Yes.
Well, we're all in agreement here. We like to eat.
Yeah.
So let's go. How do you do it?
Yeah. Okay. So do you want me to start? And I'll just start showing you guys what we've got going.
Yeah, we'll start with at least, what do you do first? Dough? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, so I can just talk about the components. So I made the dough a few hours ago because it needs at least 2 hours to rise. And then we're going to make the pesto real time, which is actually really quick to make. So, you know, it's something that people could make at home very easily, and making that homemade is just hands down better than any jar that you're going to find at the grocery store. So I want to show you how quick it is and easy to make a homemade pesto. And that, yeah, there's the pizza.
That's unbelievable. Really, I want one now.
Great.
And it keeps really well. So we're going to make one Cuisinart full of the pesto, and we'll use a little bit on the pizza, but then you can store it in your freezer for, 3-4 months.
Okay.
So it's a wonderful thing to do homemade, and it's quite easy.
Good.
Okay, so we'll just get started. So I'm going to take, we've got 5 main ingredients. We've got the garlic, cheese, the nuts, the basil, olive oil, and then salt, pepper, and I add lemon and black pepper in there too to kind of give it a little bit of a twist. So I'm going to put everything in the Cuisinart except for the basil, because I want to get all of this very incorporated before.
And it's at, what kind of a machine are you putting that in?
Yeah, so this is a food processor. It's a Cuisinart. And let me show you why I use this. So the blade is really long. So it's different than using like a blender or a Vitamix or something like, or even, a KitchenAid type thing where you make cookies. You want that long blade so that the pesto gets really chopped up. So that's why I'm using a food processor. And we'll get that thing back in there. Okay, then we've got Pecorino Romano.
Love that.
This is, in my opinion, the best cheese. It's very similar to a Parmigiano Reggiana, but it's kind of regional, like in Chicago, we're a little near Chicago, you're going to have more foods than you would in Texas, right? So This is regional in Italy based on where you're at. So this was what I grew up on, the Pecorino Romano. It's a little bit saltier and it's a little bit nuttier than the Parmesan. But they're both totally delicious. Okay, then we're going to add a little salt. And if you want the recipe for this, you can email me at kelly@giasitaliankitchen.biz, and I can email that to you. And Valentina, you have it. I emailed it to you. So you have my packet.
Yes, I do. And if anybody needs it, they can contact me too.
Yeah. Okay, so then the walnuts, whether you're using the walnuts or the pine nuts, I toasted these already. Just for about 5 minutes, but it really brings out that nutty flavor, and we'll be able to taste it. But if you make it at home, you'll be able to taste the difference if you just roast the nuts or not. So I already did that. So these have cooled down, and we're gonna put those in here. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper. And the juice of 1 lemon. So the lemon, I love add that extra acid that the lemon adds to it. I'm going to only add 1/2 at a time though, so that we can taste it and see if we want more or not.
How do you know if you want more? Oh, after tasting it.
Yeah, you have to taste it. Sorry, we're gonna taste it. I've got my pit crew here helping me, so they're gonna taste it. But if you think about the different components, pesto is like an amazing thing to make because you've got the salt, you've got the acid from the lemon, you've got a little bit of heat from the garlic. So it really does have a very balanced, beautiful flavor profile. Okay, so I'm going to make a loud noise just for about 5 seconds. Then, so here's my basil. Look at my basil. Can you guys see this?
That's from your garden?
So this is from my garden.
Wow.
This is about 1/10 of my garden.
Lucky you.
Basil's going crazy. So, and if you're anywhere in the country, basil is such an easy thing to grow because it's like no maintenance. It loves to be hot. So the basil's going crazy right now. So
when you live on Long Island in a senior residence, which is where I live, you're not allowed to have basil because it grows too high.
What?
Yes, you'll get fined if your basil's too tall.
How tall is too tall?
Over 3 inches. You're not allowed to have anything high when you live in a senior citizen,
Jeez.
cooperative.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got in trouble like about 3 months ago for my basil.
Nuts.
So we started a little war, but I didn't win anyway because those are the rules.
Can you
But
have
it's okay.
them in a pot?
Yeah, in the ground. Yeah, right in the ground. Yeah, right. So,
Oh my gosh.
but
Okay.
it's funny because you wouldn't think that, but there's a rule when you live in senior residences.
The garden police.
Wow.
I live in the Meadows.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's very nice.
you have the garden police.
Yeah.
Yes.
Garden police. Yeah. Yeah. We didn't
So
even park the car wrong. Forget about it.
I'm looking for this to be kind of a paste. And if it's too thick, I'm going to add a little more olive oil. Maybe just like a tablespoon at a time. And then give it another pulse. Then we're going to add the basil. So I've already taken all these off. But you want to try to take the leaves off, not the stems. And then I actually left some of these on so that you could see. But if you do have a basil plant, you can see
The top part?
Yeah, you don't want the flowers. And actually, when it's in your garden, you want to take those flowers off because what it's doing is it's stealing the nutrients from the leaves. So when you see these in your garden, just
Get rid of them.
Get rid of them. And then when you're preparing your pesto, you're just going to take the leaf and try not to get the stem and definitely no flowers. So I'm going to just put as much basil.
Yeah, you put a lot from what I know. You put, it's
Yeah.
like you just load it up.
Yep,
Right?
I'm going to fill this whole Cuisinart with as much basil as I can. And then add a little olive oil on top, and then we're going to pulse again. And then you can see, hopefully you guys can see it getting,
Yeah, look at it.
yeah, and getting incorporated. So
It actually looks like soup.
like soup?
Well, from here it looks like soup. We're far away.
Hopefully it's thicker than that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to add a little more, and then I'm going to let this go for a couple
You're a
seconds.
real Italian. You don't use measuring cups. I love it.
I do have measurements in the recipe, but yeah, I mean, I know what stuff looks like, right? So, okay, so to taste, we're, and I know you guys can't taste, but for those watching, think of those flavor profiles. Is it salty enough, or do you need more salt? Or are you craving more of the acid, more of the lemon? Or maybe it's the fat, which is the olive oil, the creaminess. So you're that's what you're thinking of when you're tasting to say, I love that. I'm going to add a little more lemon just because I do love that punch of the lemon. But it's pretty amazing. So I'm going to give it another taste, and you guys can just kind of salivate a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the actual, what the pizza looks like afterwards. So you just pour all this over the pizza after you put your sauce on?
Yeah, so this will be the sauce. So I'll put this over the whole pizza, and then I'll do little dollops of the goat cheese.
Right. Okay. It looks pretty easy, doesn't it, Mike?
Yeah, it always looks
That's
like
it. So we just made pesto. It's done.
There you go.
You can do that. And then you've got little, like a little ball jar, those freezer safe ball jars with the screw tops that you would do.
Oh, and you could just pour the extras in there.
That's what I do. I don't like, some people do the ice cube trays, but they're so small. I like doing this because then this is just a larger quantity if you're doing, a pasta, or you could.
Yeah, because you need more than an ice cube.
Yeah, right. So, and this will keep in the freezer for months. So
Good to know.
yeah.
Good to know.
Okay, so that's the pesto. It's done.
Wow.
Easy.
All right, well, you probably have some things you have to get ready, and then we'll get started over here, and we'll be back.
Great.
Stay with us because I want you to hear all about this wonderful man here,
Thank you.
Michael McLaughlin. We have a copy to show of the book. I love the cover of the book. And look at that book, The 25-Year Journey of an Old Soul. It's a beautiful book. So who was helping you with all your artwork.
A good friend of mine, Bob Zeltman. He is a graphic designer.
Bob Zeltman.
Yes.
And is he on Long Island?